Virginia Giuffre, Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew's accuser, dead at 41 by suicide. She who accused Epstein and Prince Andrew of sexual abuse when she was underage died at suicide at 41 near Gabby, Australia, with her family stating, "It is with utterly broken hearts that we announced that Virginia passed away last night at her farm in Western Australia," adding she lost her life to suicide after being a lifelong victim of sexual abuse and sex trafficking. She filed a lawsuit against Prince Andrew in 2021, claiming she was forced to have sex with him 3 times between 1999 and 2002 when she was underage. Allegations he has denied. She was a prominent accuser of Epstein who died by suicide in 2019 in a New York City jail cell after federal sex trafficking charges, and his girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, who recruited Virginia at 16 years old to work for Epstein. Viva, what do you know about this story?
So the picture on the left is a picture that she posted it to Instagram saying, "I've been involved in a bus accident and I have 5 days to live, renal failure or something." And the internet was looking at it and doing like CGI or AI comparisons and determining that the injury, I was saying it could be, if it's kidney failure, renal failure, you could turn jaundice or whatever. They determined that picture was likely makeup. Within a couple of days, she then takes to publicly post, "Sorry, I posted something private publicly by accident, that being I have 5 days to live." Because what happened is people went into it, looked in and said there was a minor fender bender somewhere in Australia. A bus hit the back of her car. It makes no sense that she's now saying she's got 5 days to live because of the injuries, because no injuries were reported. Then she comes out publicly and says, "It was intended to be a private message. My excuse, thank
Again?
you." No, just on that, I have 5 days to live. And then a month later, or 3 weeks later, she's dead by suicide? Nothing about this story makes any sense whatsoever, any more than I'm expected to believe that Epstein killed himself. She also previously had tweeted, "If ever I'm not suicidal," although I think whenever someone takes to social media to say that, unironically, there's something going on. She posted a while back, "I'm not suicidal," here you go, "making it publicly known that in no way, shape, or form am I suicidal. I have made this known to my therapist and GP," I think the general practitioner. "If something happens to me in the sake of my family, do not let this go away and help me to protect them. Too many evil people." Dude, we were on the cusp of Epstein documents being released, seeing clients on that list. Virginia Giuffre is the most credible of the last of the living witnesses, the last public of the witnesses. And instead of the release of the documents, we have the death of the most prominent living testament to the horrors of the Epstein, Ghislaine, Prince Andrew, allegedly human trafficking ring. So none of it makes any sense. I don't believe that she took her own life. People are going to say whether or not she's even dead. If she wants to disappear from the face of the earth, this is how you do it, because maybe she just wants to not deal with this anymore. But I won't believe ever that she deliberately took her life.
Vinny.
I just think this proves the point that some of the most powerful people on the planet are disgusting pedophiles that were all visiting that island, and they are untouchable, period. End of story. And Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, Tom says, we're not wrestling with flesh and blood. It's principalities, it's evil people and energy and spirits from high places. And this is what that chapter is talking about. All right. Epstein, suicide, her suicide, none of it adds up. And dead men tell no tales. And in this case, she's not going to tell any tales. Who knows what's going to be coming up and revelations, maybe stuff that she didn't even talk about yet. But when you have everybody gone, I know there's another one mysteriously passed away, Robbie. I forgot her name, but this is just going to show you that how many more of these accidental, suspicious, suicide, hit by a bus. I mean, it's almost comical at this point that nothing is going to be done. None of the victims are ever going to get any justice. Ghislaine Maxwell is going to sit there and she has all the answers, but for some reason in 22 years she's going to be released, because that's how it's going to work, and 0 for the victims. And I believe that these people are possessed and they are freaking demons, and you nailed it. This open border, how many 600,000, how many kids went missing, Rob? I don't remember the number.
300 and change.
300 some thousand kids missing because these people don't stop. That's what they do. And just because Epstein's island was shut down, they're gonna stop their perversion and their demonic freaking actions. No, it doesn't stop there, and it's disgusting to me that this type of stuff happens. And I'm happy that you brought it up. Nobody else is talking about it. Like what? This was in the news for 2-3 hours, and it was all done. And she even said it. Don't forget about me. Like, let there be justice.
Thoughts?
It's just suspicious. It's just so suspicious. And that's where I put it. And it's gotten to the point where you're almost not surprised that, witness goes, witness commits suicide, this disappears, this suddenly shows up. And what kind of blows me away is we live in a day and age of the most advanced technology, the most advanced law enforcement. We are releasing prisoners from prison that were wrongly accused because DNA evidence and technology allows us to go back and find out that they were in fact innocent. We are more certain of crimes than ever before, and we have all this technology, yet certain crimes in plain sight go unprosecuted, and you wonder why Miss Maxwell is in prison and she hasn't had an accident. And it's the old, it's like at the end of the, remember the movie The Firm? At the very end of the movie?
Yeah. Great movie.
It says, listen, if anything happens to me, just think of a very large boat that is suddenly going to make port with all that information. Remember he tells the two guys?
Tom Cruise.
And they're like, I understand what you're saying. And they left him alone. Why? Because his brother had all the documents and everything. And if something happens to me, so I think Miss Maxwell's got some sort of protection from the Prince of Darkness on high. If something happens, she's going to jail because they can't let her go because you can't do that. But if something happens to her, some organization, Mossad, everybody talks about that connection with Epstein. Maybe this is just like this big checkmate that's out there. And everybody else is pawns, and people have suicides and things like this, and it disgusts me. It just really disgusts me. Because we're living in a day and age where we solve more crimes with more certainty than ever before. Mm-hmm. And your digital fingerprint and footprint is everywhere. They can find your own text messages, everything. And then yet,
so
we still keep losing
got a dead
witnesses.
man switch is what she's got.
That's
She's got
very
what?
good.
She's got a dead man switch.
Like
Yep.
if she ends up dead, something gets found.
she covered her ass.
But this is where I was
And
going
it's
with
somebody
this.
big and on high that they can't get to that controls that switch.
Well, this is a incredibly sad situation. I feel bad for this woman who was sexually assaulted allegedly, before she was 18, underage, Epstein Island allegedly, and it deserves answers. Where I'm going with this is we can all speculate, but I think the people that want the most answers are her family and her friends around her. They would know a little bit better than us what she was dealing with. Apparently, over the last X amount of years, she was in this car crash, domestic abuse allegations, kidney failure, and she was given apparently X amount of days to live.
said it.
She had an out-of-court settlement with allegedly Prince Andrew. I would love to see what her family has to say because we can get here and speculate and what we want. We understand that. But there's people that are near and dear to her that want answers, and I hope they get it.
She moved to Australia to start a new life, to move away from the trauma, and the last month of her life makes absolutely no sense. But like you're saying, Tom, it would be comedic if it weren't so tragic. Yeah, Epstein is in jail. He killed himself.
The cameras weren't working.
The cameras weren't working. The guards fell asleep, and they expect us to believe it. And it's the level of the depravity that they tell you something that is so laughably unbelievable on its face, and you've got no choice but to believe it. That's the level of power that they wield. Yeah, 2 weeks before she allegedly committed suicide, she was allegedly hit by a truck and allegedly had 5 days to live, and posted that by accident publicly when it was a private message. Like that makes any sense?
Yeah,
It's a lot of shady stuff going on, it would seem.
During a season like this, where a lot of people are going through challenging times, they're worried. They don't know what's going on. Some of the people are having a hard time with their finances, with their small businesses, with their careers, with their families, stress, period, anxiety, any of that stuff. I said, I think we need something to make people's day. And I think our audience wants to participate in that. So what do? We sat there and said, we want to come up, since our audience, a lot of business owners, executives, small business owners, entrepreneurs, we want to give you the opportunity to send a package to anybody you know that's going through a challenging time with a heartfelt message to make their day. So today, we're launching this new initiative called When Life Gives You Lemons, what do? Make lemonade. This program right here, Rob, if you want to play the clip. So we come up with this idea. Here's what it is. The box is when you choose to order this program that we have, okay? You send this box, we send it on behalf of you, that box right there, they open it up. There's a video message being played by me, an encouraging message about what they're going through today. They get a hat. On top of that, they get the smell. When you open this up, it smells like lemon. literally when you open it up. You get to pick and choose. My video is playing right here when they open it up. Obviously, I'm going to press pause here. But it's an encouraging message. You get to pick and choose what color hat they get. It's either the white lemon hat with Valuetainment and a lemon on the back, and it says, when life gives you a lemon. In the middle, it says, make lemonade. You can choose the green hat, or you can choose the red and green, all of this, but the black and green in it. Anyways, inside of it, when you open it up, there's a Valuetainment paper that's in it. There is this lemon squeezer that's in it. You got these, what do you call these things?
Air fresheners.
Air fresheners in the car. You got a bunch of stickers, bunch of lemons, and then stress balls in it, okay? They're going to laugh. They're going to have fun with it. But if you're somebody that's watching this, you have a friend, a family member, a coworker that's really going through it today, and you want to put the biggest smile on their face, representing both Valuetainment and the individual that's going through it, go to vtmerch.com, Rob, if you can help them walk through this. And there's going to be a card in it. You can go to vtmerch.com. Rob, if you can go to the card so they can see what that'll look like. So they'll get that box. You see the future looks bright on it, hashtag. And then the note right there with your name on the bottom left, meaning sent to you with care from your name being in there. So this is more than just a box. It's a message of optimism, encouragement, and the power of turning life's lemons into something amazing. We want to be able to use these opportunities to make people's days. We did this with only a limited 500 of these. We don't have more of these. These are all handmade. These took 6 weeks to make. So we only have 500 supply. The cost on this, we're making no money on this. This is $74.99 to ship it to somebody with everything that's in there. So go to vtmerch.com, place your order. And when you do, be sure in the shipping address, you put their shipping address. Unless if you want one that comes to you, they're going to be limited supplies. You can have one being shipped to you and you go deliver to somebody. I'm personally sending 10 to people that I know, and I think Pierre Poliev's on the list of one of the ones that I have that I'm shipping it to.
Put an apple in that one.
Yeah, put an apple in there too.
They're going to be going to some of the people that I have as well.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.